Hello, today I'm going to get you started with Microsoft Visual 2019 by showing you how to make a title block or an information block. As always, you launch your Visual from the start menu. When it opens, you need to select a blank drawing. We don't want anything on this diagram, and then you select your units. I like to use the metric unit. The first thing is to do your page sizing. I'm using A4 for this tutorial and I set it to landscape. You can choose whatever suits you. Then you do your drawing scale depending on the kind of drawings you want to be doing with the title block. I'm going to be using a metric scale of 1:1000. So what it means is that 1 meter on my diagram means 1000 meters in real life. The next step is to insert a rectangle that is the same size as your page. I know the size of my page from what I saw there, 210 by 29. I'm not sure, 297 also. So I'm going to go back and check. If you recall where we did our page sizing, you can see here 297 by 210 mm, or you can see it here as 21 centimeter by 29.7 cm. So if I make it the same size here, it's going to spill over to the next page. I reduce the line width, that didn't help. I aligned, that didn't help. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to reduce the size by 5 meters from each edge. So you can now see it's now 200 by 287. I curve the edges to give it a smooth bend. Okay, then I'm going to bring in a tool that will help me to navigate my page. It is called pan and zoom. Okay, I put this by the lower right corner of my page. You can see how easily I can move around the page just by clicking within this little box. I think you may want to insert that. The background of the diagram of the title block, we need borders, markers that you can use to scale the drawing. You can use to label items on the drawings. So to put these markers, I'm choosing 3 meter low. Wow, that shouldn't be happening. The block that I put shouldn't be moving. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put it in a border, in a layer called border. Then I'm going to lock the layer. Yes, once I lock that layer, it's not going to move again. Okay, so I'll be free to do what I want to do. These lines, the horizontal ones are going to be 11 in number. So when I have up to, like, they are 12 now, so I'm removing one. One is going to be at the top right edge. So you can I have to duplicate it. The horizontal ones are going to be 7 in number, so I need to duplicate them now so I can have those. They are all 3 meter each in length. Okay, so one is going to be at the top left corner of the page. So I'm making it to begin. See, it needs to shift in a little bit, so I will move it in by 1 meter. Then for the Y, remember my page is 210, so I'm making it to begin at 209 and end at 206. That's 3 meters. Okay, then I'll put one at the other corner. If you remember your page dimensions, you can use that information as well to input them. Okay, my page is 297, so I'm putting at 296, and then you just take your time and do the calculations. We need it to be 1 meter away from the edge of the paper, and that's it, and you're good to go. For the vertical length, you have 209 by 206. The next step now is to align all of them so that they will be in a straight line horizontally. To align, you click on the align button and click horizontal. Then the next thing is to distribute them so that they will be of equal distance from each other. So you say distribute horizontally. Okay, but all the lines are not going to be like this. Apart from the two at the edges, all the ones in between are supposed to be touching this my rectangular border. So I'm going to find a way to bring them down. Is it that I bring one down and then align the rest, or I bring all of them down and check to see whether they align? They need to be exactly 1 meter. They need to be 2 meters from the edge. when all of them are selected, you cannot see the S components properly. The best thing is to deselect. Yeah, touch one and you can see. Okay, if you look at the Y, is 205 and 208. Remember the page is 210. That is 2 meters from the top border, and this is what we want. So if you select any of them, because they are aligned horizontally, they will give you the same figures. The next thing would be to duplicate this at the lower bottom of the page, but instead of going there to repeat this, we can group this, duplicate, press Ctrl D to duplicate, or right click and click copy and then click paste. Then make the angle 180 degrees. That will cause it to rotate upside down. Then you take it to the bottom of the page. You can cut and then go to the bottom and paste, or you drag. Okay, visually I can see it's aligned, but if I'm not sure, I can use my size and position to align it properly. Let's do the same for the horizontal lines. We're going to split the vertical column in 7 places. I'm using the same method to position the horizontal line. So watch, it's going to be from 1 meter to 4 meter. That gives me 3 meter length. And then for the height, 209, 209. On the y-axis, there is no change, so that is why the two figures are the same. Here you do the same to bring another line down here. If you're not sure how to calculate the figures, then you can use these exact figures and this exact page size to create your first one. Then afterwards, you can, when you've understood the process, you can modify to suit the page size you want to create. So the same thing we did. I'll show you another method of aligning there. So you select the 2 bars, then you go to align and you click align left, then you distribute vertically this time around. Then you position only one, you select it, then select the rest and say align right. All right, so that does the trick. You select all of them, group and duplicate. Okay, copy, go to the other side of the page, paste and rotate. Okay, make the angle 180 degrees and you're good to go. Just spin over to the next page, I bring it back. I'm seeing decimals in the so I need it to align properly. If you're not sure, you can zoom in on one of the edges and yes, and align it properly. Yeah. We are done with the border now. We are going to select all and assign to layer. We need to assign it to this border layer, but it's locked, so we need to unlock it first and then assign it to the border layer. Remember why we locked it? So that it doesn't move while we are working on other aspects of the drawing. You lock again, so now it can't move, you can't select it, you can't do anything, so you can't move it by mistake. Let us start now with our title block or information block. So we're going to need another rectangle. Okay, the size of your title block is up to you if you're following a particular standard or if you're using arbitrary figures. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to size it to give me room for what I want to draw. So I just bent the corners. You may want that, you may not want that. If the corner bend is the same as the border line, then they will rhyme at that edge, but it will reduce your space, the space you want to work with. So you may not want that. I may have to remove it. I'm going to be using a 100 meter by 30 or 40. Okay, sorry, I resized my pan and zoom box instead. So okay, I see. So I need to click on the box before I resize, so that the resizing affects the box. Okay, so I'll be using 100 by 40. Let's see. Let's make it 40. Wow, looks too big. Let's bring it down to 30 perhaps. 30. Yeah. Okay, this should be okay then. So as I said, this curve at the lower right corner is going to cost me, so I need to remove it. Yeah, so I can maximize the space. So I need guides to show me the dimension that I will use to write my input. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to insert a rectangle with a writing inside. So I'll set it to, I need a font that doesn't occupy a lot of space. So I'm going to be using this Gale Sans. Okay, you can see that the size of the text has reduced. So I will be needing about 6 lines. So these are just markers. What I will contain will be different. So this will be project. The project will need 2 lines. Some project names are quite long. Then this is going to be location. This is going to be say document, drawing title, and this is going to be client reference in case they have a PO number or any number they use to refer to the project. Okay, so I'm going to expand it horizontally so as to make space for where the input is going to enter. So I think I need to return this. I will remove it. These are just placeholders. I'm going to remove them later. I'm going to remove the boxes later. You will understand. Okay, but if you want to follow my approach, I think it's best for you. Everything will make sense in the end. So the additional space will contain the input. Then after this, this is for the client information. So I need to do the same for the contractor's information. That is my information, my company's information. So yeah, I'm going to have file name. Whenever anybody wants to, if you print the document, anybody that is looking at the printed document and want to find them on the computer can use this file name to know where to search for it. And it's going to be automatically updated. You're not going to be the one to type the file name. The file name will be inserted automatically. I'll show you how it's done. So I'm going to duplicate this to make other boxes. Notice that I reduced the size of the file of this section to 10 points. Okay. Now I'm going to make this for reference, revision files. Then I'm going to insert the one for scale. Scale usually occupies 2 levels, so I'll have to remove one. I use this to size it, then I'll delete one. So this will take scale. Sheet. I think I'll use this for sheet. Sheet normally occupies 2 levels. So sheet 1 of 1. This sheet number will be reproduced automatically as well. I will show you how to do that. You don't need to type the sheet number by yourself. So I'll put page size here. I'm using A4 for this. It's going to be editable. I'm just typing A4 now to see if the size can contain the kind of content I'm expecting. So I'm going to delete all of them later and put placeholders for the actual text. So I'll use this for scale now, or dimension first, then scale. Oh, it's long. We have to do something. Perhaps reduce the word scale by making it just a few letters. Didn't work. Remove the L. Didn't work. Okay, so we'll work on this letter. Let's get the other parts of the diagram right first. So we need to create the region that will contain information about the document approval process. But first, did you notice this has gone out of order? When did this happen? Okay, hold on. Maybe I need to reduce the size of this. Not line weight. How did this happen? Make all line weights the same. Yeah. Okay, not that. That didn't solve the problem. Well, let's proceed first. We'll figure it out later. Now I put the company name. It needs to fit into that box. Don't worry about the border. So I just made the fill to be empty so that you can see what is in the background. And then I'm going to reduce the size of this to 10 points. It seems that would be fine since it's in bold letters, and this will make it contain more input. I'm going to reposition them to close the spaces between. I'm thinking of where to put a logo. So the logo, we need two logos, one for the client and one for the company. So let's see. We have to move. That didn't work. The client is now having a lot of indentation away from the box. I don't want that. That will occupy a lot of space. But let's work out this logo thing. So what if I make space here for two squares? Okay, that should work. So I'm going to reduce the height of this client box and duplicate it instead. Yes, this is better. So I'll use the box as my logo container. So most logos come as a square, so I'm going to make this a square using the size dimension. So it's 10 by 10. All right, this is fine. Okay, yeah. So the client logo will go here, and then the company logo will go here. I need to write something. Since I'm not going to put the client logo yet, I need to write something as a placeholder to indicate that this is client logo. There's a font I normally use, the one that has that show only lines with no fill. What's the name? I think Swiss 721. Okay, so this works well. When you print, this doesn't consume a lot of ink because it just shows you the outline, nothing in the field. Reduce the size to fit it in. To complete this part, this is going to be drawn by, checked by, this will occupy less space. approved by, okay, yeah, this works. Okay. So then we need dates. We need to include the date when the document was drawn, was checked, was approved. Okay, so to make room for dates, let's see if this can contain a date depending on the format. 11, 16, 11, 21. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So that means we need to make all this the same size. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to remove this dates letter. This is just for us to do the sizing properly. Okay. How we're going to position this now? Let's see. Let's move this client logo to the left. The two logos might not look good being so close to one another, so I think it's better client logo to the left of the client name, then company logo to the left of the company name. Yeah, I think this is better. Then we need to write declaration for the company. Your legal department may want to give you what to write here, or you could just take the generic writing. So this drawing is a property of Lightspeed. No need to write the company name in full. That shall be disclosed without, shall not be disclosed without permission. So let's see how to resize that to fit it in. Make it 8. Then okay, bring down the logo, look up Lightspeed, and here this. Yeah, the express permission of Lightspeed, since I have more space. Okay, so let's bring in our logo now. Okay, if it's too big, you can resize it until it fits in. And then file name, as I told you, this file name is going to be automatic, so we're going to put it to appear by itself. So it's drawing one. We have not saved our drawing, so once we save the drawing now, you will see the file name will take whatever name we saved it in. Lightspeed title block, it's a template. Okay, so there you go. So watch, right click, and then insert page info, page number, insert field. I think the last one should be number of pages. So we're going to lock this. So we put it on a new layer called title block. So we're going to lock it so that it doesn't move around while we do other things. Then we'll give it a different color, not black, because we want to draw our own lines. This color is too bright. We need to change it. So I'm changing the color from the layer. Once you change the color here, everything in that layer will change color as well. So let's see if this is going to work. So we want to draw new lines, our own lines for the title block now. So we're going to be selecting the line tool. As I told you, these lines you're seeing now are just placeholders. We're going to remove them. So we select the line tool, set the properties of the line that we want. Then we start drawing the lines on top of these ones. Okay, this will allow us to get more space. I duplicate the line. This will allow us to get more space. So the color is too similar, so I'm going to select a different color for this. Let's see. Not this, perhaps green. Yeah, green should work. Okay, so now you can see the difference between the existing line and the one I'm drawing now. So yeah, line 2, so draw. This is going to be the actual line of our title block, so later on we're going to remove all the existing lines. So duplicate and draw more. Use this to fill all the lines. I don't think I want to put a line there. Okay, let's complete this part. There is no need to put a line at the border, because at the edge of the title block, because we are going to leave that box. So when we finish, we'll color the box to whatever color we are using the line for. Let's see. Okay, so client information, expand it a little bit. So now that we are done, we select all the boxes, then we adjust them. Okay, the fill, it has a white background. I need to remove the background, so we adjust them. So see what I mean? We are reclaiming our spaces now. Okay, remove the fill and adjust them so that they start at the beginning. Yeah, so this way you get more space. So you need to give it more space. Sheet doesn't need this much space, so we give it more space here. Okay. So when you're done, you select all the boxes and make them non-existent. You can say line, no lines, or you give it a white line and then the text. I changed it from layer, so we have to do it from layers again. So go to layer, remove the color. Yeah. Okay. So the lines are white now, but you can still see them. They will still appear. So what we need to do, okay, the border line, as I told you, we need to make it black. Then you can see that the lines that we made white are occupying, so we need to set the transparency, make them to be 100% transparent. Okay. So transparency, see, 100%. So the line becomes invisible. We need to delete this text. Yeah, yes. As I told you earlier, these are just placeholders so that we can get the dimensions right. But we're going to put provision for the person using the title block to impute the actual values. First we lock this, so we assign them to a layer, title block, and then we lock so it doesn't move. That will give us space to do what we want to do now. So we will pick rectangles to insert text blocks. These are going to be for insertion of text. For you to know where you have put it and where you haven't put it, I think it's better you give it a background color. So I'm going to give mine a background color gray. Yeah, this will help me to know where I've inserted it and where I've not. So I pick the rectangle tool again, and it sat in all of them. So this is where the person making the, oh, there's a yellow line here, so I need to correct that. It's locked. Unlock and remove that. We need to remove that. Yeah, we need to remove that. I forgot to make it 100% transparent if it must be there. Best thing is to remove it. No line. Yeah, that works. Okay. So lock once again and put your text box. Yeah. Another correction. The drawing title is too long, so I think you just make it drawing. Yes, this is better. Drawing title. Yeah, this is better. Lock the layer once again, and then continue inserting the text box. Do the same on this side. These ones are going to take just initials, so they don't need a lot of space, but you're at liberty to do however it pleases you, so you can make more room for a full name. So your page size here, then scale. The line, I'm seeing a defect, so it needs to be perfect. So please, once you notice any error, correct immediately. Lock once again. So text box, scale doesn't have a column, so column, yes. Okay, lock once again. Okay, sheet, this one will be sheet number will populate automatically, so there's no need to insert the text box there. So now we select all the text boxes and put them in a new layer. The new layer, select text box on the client side. Drawing, I forgot that. Drawing name. Okay, date. So select all the text boxes and put them in a new layer called no fill, of course, and then make the line 100% transparent. That way it becomes invisible. Call it title block text. Okay, and then we lock. Okay, so once you lock, nothing can be edited anymore. So we are done. And I'm going to show you how to use this. Okay, here is the full screen, so you make your drawing on the visible area. I'm going to show you how to use this. So let's close this. Assuming you launch a new document and you want to use the title block, so what you do is that you go to more options. Here you have a lot of templates, but you go to categories and select new from existing. So you go to where you saved the template. Remember, it's a template, so just to be clear, I said my visual document type to template, so I select it. So it is not going to edit, you're not going to edit it, it's going to use it as a background. If you see the title of the drawing, it says drawing 1, so it's simply going to use it as a background. But to impute the drawing information now, remember these layers are locked, so you need to go and unlock them. You need to unlock the layers. But you see the drawing 1, the file name is automatic, it's saying drawing 1. If you save the file now, the new file name will appear here. We need to unlock the layer so that we can edit the properties. Yeah, so title block text unlock. So now you can write inside. See, aha, I forgot, you can even insert the date. You can make the date automatic as well using this method. See, insert current date last edited, anyone you want. Select the format. Okay, so that's it. Insert the date and resize it to fit into the box. If we wanted, we could have done this on the template, so whenever you use the template, it comes with the date. You resize this. These are my initials, and that's it. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.